What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Creating Daily. And I don't know about them, but I'm personally not too excited about it. And it's, to some, not going to be that big of a deal, but to others, I think it's going to be a huge shift in their mindset, their business strategy, and definitely their income, because Amazon decided to cut down on-site commissions by 45 to 47%. Might as well say 50%. Which it's kind of confusing because we make money several different ways from Amazon, but it basically boils down to, I personally, on average, based on average numbers from past years, going to be dropping about $10,000 to $12,000 in revenue. And I don't know about you, but that just sucks. However, I've done my very best to kind of shield myself against that because I knew that was definitely a possibility. But that doesn't take the sting away from it all. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about all those things, maybe compare, contrast a little bit about the difference of side hustle versus full-time and what our approaches are moving forward. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
And now, here's something we hope you'll really like.
You're listening to
Creating Daily. Matt Haas, Chrissy Fryrose, welcome back to the show. Thank you all so much for being panelists on this show. And I just want to get right into it and say, but ask this question. When you first saw this change with Amazon officially announced, because we got a little heads up, but officially announced, what was your reaction to that? Chrissy, I'll let you go first.
I mean, my initial reaction was like there was a bit of a pucker that occurred. But as with all things Amazon, number one, nothing is forever. And number two, probably I'm just going to keep making videos.
Stop answering all the questions. I have to ask them, please. Matt,
Oh, sorry,
please.
my bad.
Matt, what was your first reaction?
I was thankful that I have some off-site business model in place because that should lessen the blow a little bit. But I was not happy. No one's happy at losing half of a line item. And it's a big line item. So
that's true.
Like the rest of the internet, I was not happy.
You know what? And it's kind of interesting. You know, I won't talk about stuff I don't really do or earn off of because I have not really earned any money off of Facebook. But it seems like that Facebook and some other platforms are doing the same exact thing, that they're kind of cutting commissions and cutting earnings, quite a bit. So, yeah, it seems like it might just be the internet just saying, hey, you know what, content creators, thanks a lot for all your hard work, but we're going to stick it to you now. We're going to take it away.
They're just saying, hey, we can get this for so much cheaper with AI now.
Oh, God. Did you have to say that? Did you have to spring AI into the conversation? Somebody actually just sent me. I'm not going to get on this topic. I'm going to get furiously mad. But somebody sent me. They had the audacity to send me some website that was like, look at this. They create AI videos for you. Do you know anything about it? No, because I make the videos. Why would I know anything about that? Get out of here. So anyway, but they had some other stuff too they offered, and it was kind of an interesting platform. So you guys are not going to change anything. So Matt, you're still gonna do your thing. Chrissy, you're still gonna make videos. Any big changes?
Wait.
I'm gonna change some things.
I know that you're here hosting and all, but we'd like to get your opinion as well. What was your initial reaction?
I shared 1 hour of my opinion on Tuesday. Anyone can go back and watch that. But
yeah, well, for the two people that watched it, you don't need to answer to them. So for everybody else, go ahead and give us an answer.
Wow. Go ahead. That reminds me to tell you to subscribe so I can prove Chrissy wrong next time when we have 4 people watching the show. But it was big to me. Everything. It's kind of like one of those things where you're like, I expect this to happen. It's kind of like if I'm like, oh, I ate 8 boxes of donuts over the last 4 weeks and I gained weight. Like when you're eating those donuts, you know what's going to happen. Then when you actually gain weight, you're like, God dang it, I gained weight. And it's kind of the same thing. It's like, we know Amazon does this. And we knew Amazon was doing this. It wasn't a big shock. It wasn't a surprise. We didn't know to what extent that they were going to cut these commissions. I think I was honestly shocked about the percentage on average that they cut every single category. And that one kind of had me scratching my head going, what in the why are we doing this? Like, you guys are And it's really, and I told you this, Chrissy, offline. I said it's really not really about the money. Like, money comes, money goes, and as a full time entrepreneur, I just been used to that. I've had way bigger losses and way less time with way less notice. But it's the workflow that I've created that I love. It makes my life easy, and it's a lifestyle I built. And when Amazon comes in and says, "Hey, we're going to take $10,000-$12,000 away," and I go, "Oh man, this means I have to do something else, and either I got to spend a lot more time figuring out what that something else is, or I got to spend a lot more time doing something else entirely." And it's just annoying. Like, it's annoying to have a business partner that is so annoying, I guess, is what I'll say. But
Sure.
but she but I don't think I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing. And the base of my business is to create content. The base of my business is to work with brands. Amazon has always been the icing and not the cake. So I'm not really, I mean, it sucks. Like, you can't say it doesn't. It just does. But I can't like freak out and light my hair on fire and run away from it. I just don't have that option. And that kind of brings me to my next conversation piece here with you all, because you have an interesting position, because both of you all are full-time employees. You have jobs. I mean, Matt, rewind the tape a little bit. Matt didn't even know this thing was a thing until we met at Creator Camp. So with these two different perspectives of like, you guys are doing this as a side income, I'm doing this as more of a full-time focus, does that change the hit for you? Is it kind of like less of a sting, or how much have you relied on it, I guess, in your side business, I should say? Either one of you.
Matt?
It is less of a sting for sure. I had goals based on the year and almost half that I've been doing this, and now I see those goals further out. I mean, so that's not fun. That's not fun. I was not ready to go full time, even under the old pricing model. So that's not a big hurdle for me at all. I will do some things a little differently. Can get into that, but man, it's hard to turn away healthcare. Like,
that's a good point.
Employer supported healthcare. Like, that is the reason I'm anchored where I am, because that's a whole other ball of wax. So
yeah, that's a whole nother salary you have to make to cover your own health care.
Pretty much.
Especially depending on what situation you're in. So Chrissy, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's fair to say that it's not my full-time income. Yeah, I think it probably hurts less than it does for folks who are depending on it day in and day out. I don't depend on it literally at all. It is just it's just money.
Good. You can
and
forward
that's
your
great.
just money to me. That'd be great. As a good friend. I'll start thinking. I'm just kidding.
I know it sounds like such a jerk thing to say, but we're making enough money, right? Like, with our full-time jobs, this is a hobby. But I will say it was a hobby that was making gobs of money.
Yeah,
and
which it still might. It still might. I mean, it's not. I don't think we're out. I think it's just going to be different.
Well, no, and I think that's actually a super good point, Billy, because when you look at your income over the last 6-ish months, maybe close to a year, our Amazon on-site commissions income is at least half of Creator Connections. So, like, will it hurt? Absolutely. But I think that Creator Connections is already making up a lot of what we were getting with on-site commissions, 6 months ago. So my hope is that, I think Fizz is the one who said it the other day, was like, I think more brands are probably going to lean into Creator Connections because of this, because people are just not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to make videos for not only for free just for the product anymore, but also now you're not even going to make maybe money on it if it's not on Creator Connections. So I think that changes things a lot.
Yeah.
Influencers will start favoring products that have creator connections and turning away products that don't. That's strategy number one for me.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to pause you guys right there because I want to get into that pretty heavy. But I do want to say hi to people in the chat, which I'll say hi to Matt. Matt is on. I don't know where my comments are coming or going. It doesn't look like they're working on this, so who knows? Let's see if Brian's comment works. No, none of the comments are working. I'm just getting a black box all over the internet. But anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So hi to Brian, hi to Stuart, hi to Rich Vibes. And then Abdul says, not a surprise, especially with what we saw happen in February, redacting our earnings reports. My only gripe is that I can no longer see what's working. Everything becomes a guessing game at this point. I mean, let's be honest. Everything was a guessing game anyway. Like, we just going to upload the video and hope to God it actually goes anywhere, which I realize it goes more times than the amount of times that I say that. But anyway, it's all just the maybe money strategy, which if you want to hear me pontificate about that, then go watch the show from Tuesday. But I do want to
have strong feelings about maybe money, Billy?
I don't have any strong feelings about it.
Where's the rim shot sound?
But yeah.
I don't...
Oh, no, wait, hold on. That's not it. There we go. I'll figure out what, but I'm not as good as Matt on the soundboard here. So
I have a different soundboard, so there'll be fewer sounds from me. Unfortunately, this episode.
Well, what do you have, 100 instead of 500? Is that what we're talking about here?
I have I don't even know what this is. Well, I got that one.
We
Did you
didn't hear anything. Nope.
Oh, we didn't hear it. We didn't hear it. So let's talk about this for just a minute here, and then I'm going to get into what we'll get into like the creator connections, because I do think that's really the only thing left for us to really focus on. But when it comes to ROI per video, we hear this conversation quite a lot in the community, and there's been people like, I'll shout out Data Coach Claire again for doing a survey of over, I think, 200 content creators, and she's kind of saying, I don't know how good this is now, because now it's all changed, so maybe we'll see in whatever, like 3 months from now. I don't know when they'll do another survey, if she will. But the survey says, what show is that from?
Survey says
that the average Amazon influencer earns, if you're doing good, I think this is like, if this is good, you'll do $2 per post per month that's on your storefront. And that is a combination of creator connections on-site and also off-site. Like, that's the whole gamut. If you are doing about $2 on average per post per month, then you're doing pretty good on there. So, what's that? You can say yes or no, Matt.
I can report that is scary accurate. That is accurate to the decimal point with me, that prediction. Now, it's going to change going forward, but as of now, that is spot on.
I actually don't think, sorry to contradict you, I and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think she said
I was talking just for me.
No. I was just going to say what Data Coach Claire, I don't think she had said if you're making $2 a video, you're doing well. I think she was saying that that's the average.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, if you're not doing that, then you're not average. So if you're doing below that, you're below average.
Oh, sure.
If you're doing above that, you're above average. And I've seen people who say how much money they make on podcasts, and Success leaves clues. So what I do, I go look at Success, I go look at their storefront, and I go, oh my God, you're making like $8.50 per item. Like, that's pretty crazy. But you know what? Like, somebody asked this question in a group earlier today. It was like, how many posts did you have before you started making $1,000 a month? And I'm like, well, we rewind, blah, 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 that far. I was making I did the math. I was making $20 per post on average when I first got started. So we go from $20 to now she's saying $10. So that's why anyone who jumps into this and goes, this is the most scalable platform ever, I go, I don't freaking think so. It definitely did not scale for me. Otherwise, I'd be making about $90,000 a month right now. So, but everything changes. Product changes. Product lifecycle changes. I don't get the newest technology every year when it comes out from all these different brands. So there's a lot of reasons why that is, but
I don't know. I think that I think you're thinking about how it's been scalable for you starting at the high point of the program. I think that generally speaking, somebody who starts in the program now, it is still scalable, but not to $20 per video anymore.
It's a which I do think that if you can do product research and do investments, here's the thing, I'm going to bring somebody on that does a lot of product research, that is seeing good amounts of growth in his business by doing product research. Because all these crap out of their numbers. So if you're using just basic software that's giving you the last 30 days, you're not getting an accurate reading on what exactly is coming through. I don't know about you guys, but I get 30, 40, 50 people a month or probably even a week in my email going, hey, can you buy our product? Can you do this? We'll reimburse you, whatever. That is manipulating sales data. So that's not, if I'm buying it, they're paying me back, which is against terms of service, then that is not a good place to be. So for me, I think the research portion of it is good with the right tools and the right knowledge. And the guy that we're going to bring on, John, he's actually has been an Amazon seller. And so he can kind of break some of that down and look for those key things, because now you're not just trying to figure out what the carousel's doing or what the cost of the product is, but now you're trying to figure out what the freak is the seller doing. Are they honest? Are they being honest with these numbers? This data, is it skewed, or am I screwed? And so I think there's risk in all these different strategies. But anyway, I just talked way too much about that. So let's talk.
Cool. I want to learn more about the selling side. I mean, my strategy for anything is to learn the entire stack of whatever I'm in, whether it's web development or whether it's Amazon influencer stuff. I would love to know all the ins and outs of being a seller on the platform, because I'm sure I could glean useful information from it to help me out.
And I think, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, I think Jungle Scout is a great extension for that. I think that, if I recall, it's free. That's a tool that a lot of sellers use, and it gives a bunch of data. There's a woman named Tina, drawing a blank on her last name, but she gave me a quick little informational thing about Jungle Scout, and sort of it showing the sales history, which Billy, you're absolutely right. Like, sellers will tell you all sorts of stuff, but you look it up on Jungle Scout and you're like, wait a minute, that's not quite right.
Yeah. If you just launched a listing and sold 1,000 units in 30 days and you got 400, whatever, it's probably like, really, come on. Is it really doing good? Which I don't know, because I've never sold on Amazon, but that's the things that I know just from seeing kind of the sleight of hand that happens in the back channels. And, for me, like people trying to get me to help them skew numbers, I'm like, that's a big risk if I'm going to go take $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month and invest into products to still maybe get on the carousel. Like, I can't.
Yep.
Anyway, I think it's still an interesting topic that we'll definitely bring on. So let's talk about what are the moves now? So we know we're cut at the knees when it comes to on-site commission. And for people listening, or maybe new Amazon influencers who are like, what are you guys exactly talking about? You can earn really kind of like, I'll say 3 major ways from Amazon from this program, I guess, which is on-site, creator connections, and off-site commission. So each one of those has a different percentage payout. Creator connections, 10% minimum at this point with sellers, and then on-site, which is just people watching our videos, clicking on them, making purchases on Amazon. And then off-site is us bringing people from other platforms like YouTube, and then we get paid different commissions. And so the middle one there that I talked about, that's the on-site, and that's the one that's getting cut in half. So basically it's about 25% in my business. It's about 25% of what I earn overall on Amazon is what's getting kind of cut away. And so that's kind of how I got to look at it. It's like, this is a 25% loss on the Amazon side, which I'm diversified in brand deals, diversified in resale, so I'm not sweating it too hard. So moving forward, the play right out of the gate from people who are saying, who are kind of leading in this Amazon influencer space is creator connections, creator connections, creator connections. What do you guys, I think is that our. I guess that's our only option. Creator Connections and offsite. That's really the two plays here.
That's our
Yeah,
plan.
I mean,
and
I think
getting
that-
paid to make the video. That's of
Well,
course.
I'm going to get to that in a minute, but let's talk just about the Amazon commission site, because I think a lot of people are very similar to you all. Like, they got into this thing because they wanted to make more money to go to Disneyland. They wanted to maybe pay for, a basket of groceries. So I think less and less people are in it like I am. Like, I'm in it as a business. I think a lot of people are in it as whatever. So maybe it's easier to walk away, or they don't want to do that work. They don't want to reach out to brands and do sales and negotiations, because as you guys know, you guys have both closed paid collaborations. It's not the easiest conversations to have. There's a lot of barriers to get those deals. And now with the rise of Creator Connections, it makes it even harder, because you got all these freebie, givey goblins out there who will take up and snag up anything and work for free, which I have a strategy for that process too, so I'm not beating it up too much. But anyway, anything I'm missing? I think it's just going to be Creator Connections or drive traffic offsite. I don't know. I don't see any other way to earn with
Creator
Amazon.
Connections and offsite. I'm so glad I have my YouTube channel with my entire catalog on it. It's getting used. I look at the metrics. I'm using Post Tap now. That tells me what's being clicked. It's working.
So let's talk about the pros and cons of Creator Connections, though. I mean, besides the fact that Amazon can take it away, it's like we can wake up tomorrow and be like, "No more Creator Connections. You guys suck.
Is
Go
that
home."
the con? Are there any cons of Creator
Oh,
Connections
I
beyond
definitely
that?
think so. I mean, I didn't know if you guys had any, but if not, I'll jump into a huge con, and this is going to be for new creators who have no portfolio, who have very little sales, because now those platinum sales, like that rating system is based off of on-site commission sales. So it's going to get harder and harder to get to that 1,000 points to become that platinum content creator, to now be able to get those creator connection campaigns first. It's a race to the brand.
I was wondering if those star ratings would be impacted, and I thought it wouldn't.
Yeah, because it's not from offsite. Otherwise, I would never get there. It has to be.
Yeah,
from
but it's not
onsite.
based on your commission though, Billy.
It's based on your sales.
based on
sales.
It's based on sales, which isn't
Oh, yeah,
changing.
okay. So that doesn't matter
Right?
then. So I'm thinking of that.
Yeah.
wrong.
All right.
Okay, good. No, that's great news, because I was freaking
Yeah.
out a minute. I had that confused. Thanks for correcting me there.
Yeah.
That's a good.
It's
Yeah, no
hard-
problem.
It's hard for me to get that platinum. I'm tracking it even now, even though we're just kind of started the next quarter. My numbers are not where they need to be for being 16 days in.
Yeah, that is a tough one. It is tough.
I just want
I have literally
Can I just
never
get-
looked at it. I have never.
But I will say,
I have never. It's not a thing that I've ever been like, oh, I need to do blah 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 to get to it. I just.
But that's my sales pitch to customers. It's
Well, it is
to,
mine
to
too. I mean,
brands.
I
I'm
just
like,
feel
hey,
like-
I'm platinum. Give me your stuff.
give me
I'm trustworthy.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that, because I think this is where, if we've been in the game for a while, you have your platinum status or gold, you have more than bronze. You are getting in those creator connection campaigns. You're sending those messages out in bulk. It's going to be a really fine line for people, because I feel like even with seasoned content creators who are saying, "Hey, I'm making all this money," if you go to their page, a lot of these people who are crushing it don't really have good quality content. Now, they think they do, but when you look at and when I say good quality content, I always, and Matt will appreciate this, I always compare it to YouTube. I'm like, YouTubers have some really great quality. For people sitting in their homes or their small studios making content, YouTubers are like top of the food chain, in my opinion, outside of like Hollywood, Netflix, and all these other studios. And so when I think of quality content, I always think about what are YouTubers doing, like real YouTubers, and I'm not saying like Mr. Beast, like blowing stuff up and handing out millions of dollars, but, standing 80 feet back from your phone with no microphone, no lights, in your pajamas with like unbrushed hair going, "This is a super great Sharpie pen. This is super great. Every time I take the cap off, it actually writes. I'm surprised. It's so great." I mean, it's super. It's so super. It fits in my super pocket, in my super bag, and it writes on my super post-it notes. And so I think that when it comes to competition, if I take that person and then I take Matt, who's doing a very detailed video about a product, talking about the key benefits, features, the use cases, that person's going to lose every time, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. But I also think, well, I mean, so what is the point of what you just said? Like, how
My
is it,
point
what's the
is that
relevance there?
that's the hard part about Creator Connections that people are not talking about. They're just going to go, oh, just go to Creator Connections and blow it up. Well, if you have, I don't know how many thousands of people that are in the Creator Connections program, now everyone's in it, but you have people bombarding all these brands. My question is, like, how are you going to stand out as a content creator? And then also the argument could be made, and my wife tells me this all the time. She's like, if I watch a video on Amazon that looks like yours, I'm moving on. If I get one that looks like this lady digging in her refrigerator in her pajamas, I'm probably going to believe what she says over you because you're talking about, you know, getting paid by the brand or whatever. And I go, well, that's great. But now we're in this position where it's like, well, I need that free product. Otherwise, I'm investing. So how do I keep that attention of the brand? Also create this content that converts well. But which one do we prioritize? Because you got to prioritize one or the other, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think that this is very much a matter of the strategy of your business, right? Your business, Billy, has
No. It's not.
consistently.
It's a strategy of the seller, not of me. Sellers choose me because of a certain style, certain look, certain whatever. I don't know all the reasons why they do. But one of the top reasons that I get feedback on is, wow, your quality of your content is so much better than everyone else's. That's what I'm
But
saying.
my point is your brand, your business is for the sellers. If you're focusing on Amazon sales and the shopper, you might change what your video is like, right? So, I mean, I think that those two things are wholly different business models. And
So-
I think that they probably produce very different results.
Yeah. So I love what Eileen says. She says, why does Amazon have low quality, quote unquote, low quality videos on the carousel? And I would post your comments on the thing, but I don't, for some reason, the placeholder is not working on here. So
Well,
I don't know why.
I'd like to say Amazon just shifted that because now you're not going to catch associated sales as heavily because they took that away. You have to actually sell the product that you're making the video for or a variation of the product. No longer are you catching that same category. That will move influencers to make videos that convert to a sale. And that is a metric of quality. Yes, garbage video, garbage audio, and shaky cam will make someone bounce. But what makes someone buy is your description of the product and you answering the questions that are hanging up in the buyer's mind that aren't answered. I'm not sure if I want this product. Oh, I watched Billy's product. His use case resonated with me. Click to buy. So
100%.
quality is quality of the video, and quality is, did the person actually buy the product after watching it? Whether you're in your pajamas or not, as long as it's not horrible lighting, horrible sound, shaky cam.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different angles we could
yeah.
add to this conversation.
Well, and I do think, I mean, I was just, and my whole point in saying all this was, is that going to matter more now? Because everyone is competing for those same products, which there's 800,000 of them. I mean, I don't know. Once again, I don't know how many people are in the program. And multiple people are going to be on those carousels, and multiple brands are going to send people multiple products. So I'm not necessarily saying this is like there's a one shot to get the water bottle, and who's getting it, me or 20,000 other people. But I do think that moving forward, brands are definitely going to be more like mindful, and you can already see this. Like I've done over 4,400 paid collaborations. in my 4 years of doing this business. And that is the number one piece of feedback I get is like, wow, you hit all the details, your video looks good, and you got it done fast. And so I'm just going off the data that I know, and I'm saying I think, in my opinion, it's going to get way more competitive with the quality of content to be able to get the attention of those brands. And also the quickness in the turnaround time. I talked to somebody earlier today, and they're like, "Man, I'm backed up 50 products." I'm like, that's a problem. That's a huge problem for all of us. So you need to get the crap done.
I need to do better at turnaround time myself.
I wonder
myself
though
in these-
if close rate will come into account, right? So from a business person's perspective, right? So from the people that are emailing you, Billy, and you're closing deals with them, the things that you just listed are 100% the things that they're looking for, right? Because you're talking to the brokers, so to speak, right? You're not talking to the brand, you're talking to the broker, and the broker gets paid to do these things,
It
which
it just depends.
get products.
Yeah, I've talked to both.
But by and large, is that not right? That they both mostly get paid when they do the thing they're supposed to do, which is get influencers to put videos up.
Yeah, everybody wants videos. Yeah.
Right. And if you're doing that quickly and the content from the broker's perspective looks outstanding, and it does, then box is checked. But if they start to look deeper, and if there's more people like your wife than there is like me, who I want a good quality video when I'm watching it, then maybe
you don't talk about my wife's video viewing quality. Okay, she can watch crappy videos if she wants to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like,
I'm just
if
kidding.
there's more people who would rather watch a like whatever random kind of a video than there are people who want to watch a more professional put together video, then maybe it starts to matter less how good quality it is.
And I think over time that will tell. I was just trying to, really, and I don't want to just keep hammering this thing, but I was thinking earlier today, I'm like, that will be interesting to see how, because now it was kind of like, well, I don't have to have everything be creator connections because I'm getting paid enough on the on-site. I never even look at a creator connections campaign or see if a product has one. Now, since this 50% cut, I've asked every single person, does this have a creator connections campaign? No? Well, I'm sorry, I actually got to charge you more because Amazon cut our commission in half. Well, we'll create a creator connection campaign for you. Okay, well, you show me it's created, then you send me the product. And then
they actually said that?
That's been happening.
That's a common thing you hear?
They just created one today.
That's outstanding. That's really good. That's a good point of view also, Billy, that we have that control to a certain extent to at least like bring it to their attention. Like, hey, I'd be happy to make a video for you, but if it's not a creator connections, I'm going to charge you more.
Yeah.
What do you do? Can I go off topic just real quick? What do you do if it says this item is excluded from creator connections? Because I've brought that up and they're like, oh, that'll go away in 3 days. I'm like, how do you know that? And apparently it does.
Wait, is it excluded from creator connections or excluded from the Amazon program?
Excluded from the Amazon program, whatever that warning is.
Oh yeah, I just go to the other dashboard and upload it. There's like a workaround to get those to upload.
Okay, you're doing the workaround.
But oftentimes I'll bring that up too, and some people don't even know what I'm talking about. Which I don't. I've only had like 3 of those since because there's certain products I just don't do because I'm like, that is just going to take me 3 times to get that approved by that stupid Amazon robot, and so I'm just not going to waste my time doing it. But it does.
I would always call it out, but there was this one product. I'm like, I really want that product. I saw the warning, and I'm like, yeah, I can do it. Like I didn't even bring it up. I was like, sure, you send it to me. We'll figure that out later. That's a tomorrow Matt problem. Just give me the product.
So this does bring up the next thing, though, because obviously I can't have a show talking about Amazon money without talking about brand deals. But does this push people now more into that mentality of I'm going to get paid for collaborations versus
it is me.
I'm just going to rely? you're already feeling
100%.
that way. So that this change kind of pushed you in that direction to go, wait a minute, I got to start charging.
Well, now, in fairness, I have been moving in that direction, but I was giving myself grace for some items I would do for free. Now I have tightened the belt. So, yeah, I'm ramping it up, so to speak.
What about you, Chrissy?
I think that that's a great idea. But I think that many people would argue that getting brand deals is not as easy as sometimes some people might make you believe.
You can take shots all you
Because
want, but every person that did anything that I've told them to do has made a freaking ton of money doing brand deals. That's all I'll get.
my point is getting the brands to reach out. That part is not as it doesn't come just for fun. Like it takes more work. And I think that
100%.
the idea behind like, oh, you'll just start to hear from them isn't always the case. I think certainly, I mean, I distinctly remember when that change happened. It was at like 400 videos. I started to get brands reaching out a lot. But yeah, I mean, obviously I would love to get paid for all collaborations. And if like in a perfect world, I would say that. But again, because I don't need to get paid, because I don't need the money in a way a lot of people do, I am more willing to do things without if I want the product. Or I think it's going to be great resale. I think
that's
you were the one who
fair.
actually mentioned that, which I hadn't considered for some reason, was like, maybe I'm not going to get paid for it, but that thing's going to sell really easily on Facebook Marketplace. So that means I am getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So,
well, and to your point, and so here's what I want people to think about too. And so we talked about creator connections, and earlier we shared the data that was shared by Data Coach Claire about the $2 per product per month is average. So if I charge a brand $20, then or $24, I've now made essentially more in one transaction than I would average that whole entire year. So why
Absolutely.
not ask for payment and then try to figure out, and I'm not going to dive into it here, but there's ways to even take these free collaborations that you get on Creator Connections and flip them into paid collaborations. I've done it. I did it this morning. Somebody reached out to me. I got a product from them that I wanted for free. They reached back out and said, hey, we love the video. Can you do another product? And I said, absolutely, blah, blah, blah. And they go, well, we don't have a budget for this. And I go, cool. Well, send it to me anyway. But just know that it goes in the back of the line. And the more paid collaborations get in front of it, the more the back of the line it stays, because priority goes to paying customers. And they go, well, how much is that fee again? Well, here's what it is. Okay, well, you know what? We don't want to do this port, because I offered them like a package deal. They go, we don't want to do that. So can you do it for this price? I go, sure, send me the product. Flipped it into a paid collaboration. It was work.
Yeah,
It was
and I think
$3
your
per
ability
ounce.
to do that, your ability to do that has a lot to do with your confidence and how long you've been doing this. And I think that you're absolutely right. I had even sometimes you said something somewhat recently about like even just asking for their email address so that this now becomes the ball is the ball's in your court. Now you have the access to these brands that if something were to happen and they did away with Creator Connections, now you have the ability to reach out to these brands on your own. But it had not occurred to me ever to just say, hey, BT Dubs, what's your email address? They ask me for my email address all the time. But why it hadn't occurred to me, I don't know. It just hadn't, or like how to say those things.
Chrissy,
And I think part of that
you're
is
giving
a confidence
you're
thing.
giving away mastermind information right now. Please chill.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm joking. I'm totally joking. But but that is one of the things that, and I get it, and I have to, and my wife tells me this all the time, like, you have to keep in perspective, not everyone is an entrepreneur, not everyone thinks like you, not everyone has the experience that you do, not only in business, but like, even if I go work for someone, I just get obsessed with the process of like, how do I become the best in this particular role or position? And so I understand that it's not comfortable for everyone to ask, but I always want to, for people to get to realize like you have, unless AI takes all of our jobs, which that's not off the table. Geez, I've seen some really convincing videos lately. But unless AI just boots us out to the curb, like, we have the leverage point. We have the experience. We have the knowledge. We have the skill set. And I think it's really important as people move forward that we're going to see this in a quality shift in this program, even on Amazon. I mean, we've seen numbers that say, hey, if you are, posting longer videos that are better informational and quality and all this stuff, like Amazon looks at it and goes, oh, cool, we're gonna put that on the carousel. And, versus I'm going to do a 30-second video saying how great, how awesome, how wonderful this is. And those used to work. And I think this the important thing for all of us is to get out, and myself included, is to get outside of our comfort zone, try something different. I want to try product research because a lot of people are saying it's the next best thing. It makes sense. I'm just lazy, and I'm just going, it doesn't really work into my workflow. I'm not like Matt. I can't, Matt will have a system where he'll have some robot out there giving him 100 SKUs a day, and I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth to think that way. I enjoy the game of negotiation and brand deals, but I realize I also have money to invest, so I'm like, all right. And somebody told me a 10x return. I don't believe that, but even if it was a 3x return, I would be happy with that.
Sure. And it doesn't have to be an either or. In fact, it probably shouldn't be, right? It should be a both and.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep pounding the pavement the way we have been, and also add in some product research, probably.
Just factor in how much you've paid for it. So when you tell people, I make X amount, you really got to tell them, well, minus what you paid for the product.
And that's an argument to make. I was making that argument with someone the other day. I said, well, you tell me you're making 10 grand, you're doing product research, you're investing into the product, which makes total sense. It's fair. It's fine. It's a business. Spend money to make money, like whatever. It's not a new concept. But the problem is when you're on all over the internet saying I make $20,000 a month with Amazon, do you really? Are you spending 18 to earn 20? Or which is totally fine. But it's like if you're spending 5 to make 5, well, I can make 4 without risking 5. So why would I? Like, is it that big a deal?
Revenue is different from profit.
Exactly. And there's a big difference between what my business makes, what my business profits, and what I make. Those are 3 way different freaking numbers. So
yes.
But whatever. We just sell the highlight reel. It's fine. Oh man, let's see. I wish I could bring these comments in. I actually should fix them. Where's Matt? Can I give Matt remote production skills here? I don't know why it's not showing.
That's on Ken and Glenn's Apple Notes for.
Oh, it is definitely on my. It's my problem. I'm sure. Let me just. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. There they are.
Hey.
Kinda. Hey, look at that. Oh my gosh. It just took me 100 years to figure this out.
So Eileen?
Yeah, it's Eileen. Amazon is scraping all of our content so they can build better AI tools to answer customer questions. This is
true.
Probably true.
Speaking of that, did you see the new Oink feature where it tells you commonly asked questions and responses to those questions?
Yeah.
I'm going to start looking at that because in addition to having my videos look good video, good sound, no shaky cam, I'm going to start hitting that a little harder. Hopefully my video will be the last one they view before they hit buy, which means more dollars.
You don't want to do shaky, jakey, earthquakey videos? That's what I know. I'm adding a word every time I say it.
I nope out of there hard. Even some Hollywood movies that do the
nope
shaky cam.
Out of there.
I nope the heck out.
That's too fun. Well, I do think it's.
If anybody's
go ahead.
If anybody's watching and you have some questions, do drop them in the comments so that we can respond to them. Also, don't forget to like the video so that it helps the algorithm spread the word.
Perfect. Thank you.
I just want to make videos and earn money. Like I'm a video passionate person. There's other parts of the business, tracking conversations and, tracking dates and accounting. I'm like, I just want to make videos. Billy told me I could make 2-minute videos and make bank and I get to keep cool products. I'm like, this is my future.
Yeah. If nobody's from Amazon is watching, but if you are, next time you want to drop a big financial, dump on all of us. Like, don't do it the day before tax day. Like, can you just do it afterward? like a couple of weeks. Like, we already have enough crap coming out of our bank account. We don't need our future money also coming out of our bank account when our now money is coming out of our bank account. Please, for the love of everything
Yeah.
holy.
When I used to work at a big box retailer, they had blackout dates that you weren't allowed to fire anybody. So
That's
that like
good.
it was like during the holidays you weren't allowed to fire anybody. You had like a 2-month period. I feel like that should be a good best practice across the board at like every business, especially Amazon.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take our money, you don't get to do that when we're given money.
Yeah, and you can only get one big upset per quarter, not two in a row. Like you can't do the March 9th thing where you tell us you're not going to pay us on the whole category anymore, and then you're not going to pay us for similar products, only variants, which I think is stupid, by the way, because I've watched a lot of videos of product I didn't buy that helped me make a decision to buy another product. And it's like, that is still super valuable. So I think we should at least earn on that same product type, I guess is the
Category.
word. Yeah. It's like, I mean, not the category. I don't care about the category, but I care about the opposing variant. So like, if it's water bottle
Sure.
for water bottle, different brands, we should earn on it, period. And from the way I read the last email that they sent, we're not going to do that. It's only going to be from the exact product or a variant of that product.
Yep.
I said something like that to someone, and they were like, well, why don't you make your own online retailer, Matt? I was like, no person or business can get into that. Like, you need the funds of a whole country to make that happen. You know, it's like, there's going to be no newcomers to this game.
Yes.
But you know what?
Warehousing, payroll,
Yeah.
distribution.
I think all that is
servers.
immense.
I was like, I would just have to rent servers from Amazon anyway if I launched my own e-commerce business.
But I do think this is a good kind of like going into another point, and I always talk about monetizing our skill sets and how do we monetize our skill set, because a lot of us are, I mean, you guys are multifaceted. You're not just Amazon influencers, but you're YouTubers. We're live streaming right now. We're hosting a show together, and so it's like these are all talents that, believe it or not, most people just don't have. And so I'm looking for, and Matt, you told me earlier about all this upset that Amazon is now doing with on the seller side. And I've heard it from a couple different people just last couple of days with different programs they're launching and ad spend and this thing, and basically just money grabbing everywhere they can from sellers. And even to the point of like Amazon has a program now where I think it's called like Seller Direct or something, where people can shop on Amazon, but then it reroutes them to the seller's website to close the transaction. It has something to do with some kind of lawsuit they're looking at, and people think it's like a workaround. But anyway, it got me thinking. I'm like, well, I mean, if we band together with some of these sellers who are selling on their own platforms, the technology exists where I can just go live on their Shopify store, where I can just go I can go live on their Shopify store. They pay me a flat rate plus commission. I can make shoppable videos for their Shopify store. They can get others. It's like we can do other partnerships outside of Amazon because of our skill set. And this is what, if people aren't taking the skill set serious, I think this is where we could really level up and start creating, some amazing content in the live selling shoppable content space. And I think that's
a really great
big
point.
miss. Yeah.
That's a really great point. And I think honestly,
So I get paid
even
the big
as it
bucks.
relates
No,
to
I'm just kidding.
I think honestly, even as it relates to our own YouTube channels, right? We
100%.
all have our own YouTube channel. There's no reason that you can't review stuff that actually isn't even sold on Amazon.
Yeah.
What?
100%.
But that you can sell it for another way, be an affiliate through another way. And yeah, that goes down the whole, affiliate marketing thing that people either are okay with or are really not okay with. But it is another revenue stream, and it is something that you will have more control over. You're the one in control of that.
Well, and that's
I will
go
keep
ahead,
an
Matt.
eye out for other businesses that have affiliate programs. Unfortunately, I just saw that Target had something they were rolling out with influencers, and they shut it down.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
interesting.
they shut down their affiliate. Well, I think it was the affiliate program that they owned, but they do. So some of these big retailers, they do partner with other affiliate programs that will just manage that process for them. So I think
I hear Walmart's trying to get into the game. They've been doing something for a while.
Walmart has affiliate marketing for some time now, probably over a year now.
Yeah.
I need to affiliate market their pickup membership per year because we use the shiz out of it every day. I mean, I haven't gone back into a Walmart. I don't know how long. I'll never go to Walmart. I always just pull up.
Nice.
They put stuff in the back. It's like,
Well, they're Walmart Plus. They deliver it. So why are you even having pull up?
well, if you have an address, that makes sense. But you don't live in Puerto Rico,
Oh.
so I'll leave that one. We don't have like a real address. It's kind of like a shared address with a few houses, so it's a little bit confusing.
Come on.
It's a
Puerto Rico.
shared address.
It's pretty wild.
One mailbox for the street, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, at least for a couple of houses.
So when are you moving back to the States, Billy?
Never. I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy. Whatever. I'm gonna have dreads and tattoos on my face. I'm gonna look like a pop zit before long. That's what I'm after.
I'm gonna look like a pop zit.
Have you seen those island boy kids? They like.
No.
Every time I see them, I'm like, man, that kid looks like a pop zit. Poor guy. Oh. That's what.
I'm
Yes.
speechless. I don't know what to say.
Matt, I'll tell you what, well, before we close this out, I do want to show Matt. I know he's into 3D printing. I had to 3D print a lens cap from my Sony lens because I actually dropped the whole thing and broke my other lens cap. And so I was trying to order one on Amazon. I ordered the wrong one, and then I was like, I bet I could 3D print that. And I printed
Look
it
at you
yellow,
go.
so I don't have to search for it in the black hole of my
I had a friend
thing.
print me a piranha plant. Although it broke, I have to glue it back together.
Billy, did you get that 3D printer for free or?
No, we paid for it. But I did make a video of it, and I have made some money.
I
off
saw
of
this video. I was like, Billy, you got to hook me up with Bamboo Labs. I want one of those. And he's like, no, I bought it. I was like, darn it.
Eileen is in
Did you hear a disclosure in that video? I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, what's wrong with these comments? I don't know. I gotta work on these comments.
Oh, that's right.
Lowe's.
I'm a woodworker first. They would love me.
You can get you get brand deals there, man. Just go in and talk to all the people.
My woodworking channel has 10,000 subscribers. They'll be like, come on in, Matt.
Boom.
Sell What are you doing? You sell sponsorships on that channel? 10,000? That's pretty good.
I want the Craig tools. They're a Craig tool shop over at Lowe's. There's just some good tools. I like that. Pocket holes for life.
We have a Home Depot. I don't know if we have a Lowe's, but we have a Home Depot. It's like an hour away, so I'm out.
Yeah, Home Depot doesn't
Anyway.
sell Craig tools.
Well,
Yes, they
Sounds
do.
like they do.
Of course they do. Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
It's a
just always
Lowe's
go to-
exclusive. Come on.
Now to debating retailers and what they carry segment. Let's talk about almond milk. This Walmart carries
Oh,
Lord.
almond milk. That's a good one.
currently 20%. Lowe's is 20%. You know what I find funny about all these programs, and you see this with TikTok, you see this with I think Instagram just dropped like a new like affiliate thing or something, a new shop opportunity. YouTube has one. But the thing with TikTok is like TikTok, you saw them just spike the commissions like crazy, and they get all these people in there. So, and this is what Amazon did too, right? Amazon used to be able to crush it on a live show back in the early days. And then also you could post a few videos and start making crazy amount of money. Well, then you get all this influx of stuff coming in, and then they just start chopping. Because now they get the quantity. They don't need anything else. And so I think that's just the nature of the game that we're in. That's the nature of the beast that we're playing. And I struggle, if I'm honest, to be in that space of that affiliate marketing world. Because as you guys know, being in my mastermind group and behind the scenes, I absolutely suck at marketing. Even for something that is successful, that I can stand 10 toes down and be proud of to say such and such had great success in this program. I just can't do it for some reason. So I think if everything moves to offsite, and if Amazon says, hey, everybody's going offsite, we're closing this down, I would be hard pressed to stay in any type of affiliate role, and I would just move completely to like user generated content.
Well, as long as the brands are paying the Creator Connections tab, why would they ever do that?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just
Seems
saying
unlikely.
if they said we're no longer going to honor it for on-site, but just off-site.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hey, let's real quick. I want to touch on one thing. Let's discuss what the positives are of the commission's cut. Anybody
Oh
got
yeah,
anything?
we did cons. Let's do the positives. Will you go ahead, lead
Yeah.
us? What's one?
Let's end on a positive. Anybody?
Well,
Matt,
could
you
at
got
least
something?
they could at least pull my hair while they're me over. I don't know.
I have one.
All right.
This
hit us.
whole conversation that we're having, I guarantee you, is happening in like every household of every Amazon influencer
yeah.
out there, right? And there's going to be a great percentage of people who are going to be like, nope, I'm out.
Ah,
So that clears some space for the people who aren't out. For the people who are still in it, they're going to pivot, because at the end of the day, as a business owner, you got to pivot. And Amazon or, some other type of business, doesn't matter. There's always going to be things that happen. And if you're willing to pivot, you can ride a different wave. If it's a different wave, it is. But when people are dropping out, that makes room for the people who aren't dropping out, for the people who are willing to pivot and figure out different ways to make money. So I think
interesting
short term,
outlook.
it might be a good thing.
I thought you said you were going to just end on a positive note.
That is positive.
What's positive is all you quitters out
Positive
there.
for me.
You're gonna quit. You're gonna make some room on the carousel. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, step aside. We'll fill the void.
Yes,
you know,
exactly. The positive is I'm gonna make more money because these people quit.
We really just started this to say you should just drop out. I've been here for 5 years. I'm not making that much
That's
money.
right.
You guys should dip while you still have a brain.
Yeah.
Hashtag team dropout. That's count me in.
Matt and I had 40% more hair until we started this gig.
Funny,
Y'all-
not funny.
It's gonna be a good thing for the people who hustle.
Yeah,
Right.
it's in any really. I mean, really, it's in any business. I mean, honestly, it's like because somebody earlier said, "Well, Creator Connections is going to be oversaturated," and I honestly just don't. I think that's the lamest excuse in any business that I've ever heard. Is like
The
oversaturation.
numbers will go up. Even if more people play in Creator Connections, the number of campaigns are increasing. So
And they're increasing by a lot. Yeah. So I mean, I guess if it was like, hey, this is going to be capped at 1 million, then maybe we start going, okay, well, 1 million. How many people are in the program, and now what's the odds of me
we
getting the
should
product?
place bets.
But yeah, I mean,
What month will Creator Connections get to 1 million campaigns?
probably 2 months from now. I say
Probably July.
it's pretty close. I mean, I think it jumped up like
Yeah.
20,000 last night to today or something. But I guess they all rotate after like 30 days. Some of them will drop off. So I don't know. I guess when no one's making videos of any of their product and pushing them to create campaigns, then probably quicker. But then, there was some concern too that I'm just like kind of going through, because I think it's really interesting how people respond and react to this, which, my first response is always, God, this thing's falling apart. Good Lord, just kill me now. I got to do work. This sucks. But then I come back down to earth and go, this is what I've been talking about forever. It's like I said earlier, it's like eating 10 boxes of donuts and being shocked that you gain weight. It's like, I knew this was going to happen. I said it every day for 5 years. But I do think it is interesting. And it's an interesting thought too of Creator Connections campaigns, not putting campaigns above that threshold of 10%, because I think the base right now is 10%. So are Amazon sellers going to look at that and go, well, they just lost 50% over here, so we're going to go ahead and just keep this all the way down to the minimum? and then what happens?
Yeah, very possibly.
I would do
We'll
that
have
if
to
I were a
see.
seller.
Yep.
The practical thing is, let's get through a couple months, see what the bottom line is at the end of each month, and then go from there.
And if you are a side hustler, I think that is a phenomenal strategy because you have
You can
the
shuffle
win-
your way all the way to the bank.
all the way. You can wait on it. I personally am not. I'm personally moving, pivoting, doing other things, leveraging skill sets in other ways, having different conversations with brands and companies. I'm not going to wait on Amazon to dwindle me down to not having a business because that's just not where I'm relying on. So
That's right.
Billy,
two different
I
perspectives.
share that same mindset, but I'm forcing myself to stay in the video creation business. I thought through some things.
Well, I'm
like
not
you.
saying I'm out of the creation business of video creation.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm taking my skill sets elsewhere. But I've also been here for 5 years. This is my 5th year. I'm going on 5 years, almost 5,000 videos. I've put in the work, I've put in the energy, I've put in the effort. And I think if I put in the same amount of time, energy, and effort in other areas of my business, I would make 10, 20x probably of what I've made in this. However, I'm going to have to work more, and I can't ride my golf cart around Puerto Rico as much. And that's the part that I hate because I built this business for a lifestyle. But it might be time to poop or get off the pot.
Go-kart time is a critical business metric. So, yeah.
Well, my son had the bright idea. He's 7. He's very entrepreneurial. And he said, Dad, why don't we take all your products, put them on the back of the golf cart, drive around and try to sell them? I said, now you got an idea. That's pretty fun. Or
That's a great idea.
Or we just put them in mystery boxes and build a YouTube channel giving stuff away or selling stuff for $1.
Get a
That's a
little
good idea,
ice cream
too.
truck jingle machine going, but instead of ice cream, it's like electronics.
Yeah.
But really, Billy, it's that mindset that you have that is what makes you successful. That you are able to think about the problem, figure out a way to solve it for your own life. It doesn't mean it's going to be what will work for everybody, but I mean, that's what everybody needs to be doing is figuring out what's going to be the best solution for
100%.
their life and their business.
100%. Yeah.
Maybe it means for some people we just sit and wait, and other people are like, nope, we're going to be more action oriented, and all of those things are okay.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out one way or another.
100%. I think self-awareness is what's going to get you to wherever you want to be. And it's like, because you know what that is and you know what that needs to be. And so I love that you shared that. And I think that's, for my wife and I mean, we moved to Puerto Rico and we knew, like, even moving to Puerto Rico before Amazon takes down carousels and moves crap around and kicks me out of the program and Donald Trump slaps 150% tariffs on everything like a big dumb idiot. It's like all that stuff happens, but it's still like before, not before that. Actually, the tariff thing kind of helped us with our decision because I thought that it was over then as well. But moving to an island has a proximity problem. So I created my own problem with proximity of being able to get bigger, better, awesome, more awesome products. But then I created an increase in one stream of revenue, which is the resale side, because this is a really good resale market. And it pays out better than the U.S. resale market. And so I think you're right. Everyone has to look at their objectives, look at their lifestyle, because I might be crazy, but this is not a scale and sell business. Like, I haven't really seen a way for that to be possible unless you just built an influencer, like agency or something. But the average person hitting record, uploading videos to Amazon, unless somebody crazy comes by and goes, I'll buy your whole catalog, your page, and everything, I just don't see an exit strategy like you would in a traditional business model.
Yeah, this is the problem I think with AIP is the hamster wheel that is required. Like this is not something that you can just coast for forever. You're absolutely right. Like the harder you work, the more money you can make. I think that's absolutely true. But it also means that eventually that money's going to dry up if you're not continuing on that hamster wheel.
Yeah. I mean, that's true for Mr. Beast. You look at Mr. Beast, that's like, And it's kind of interesting because, and he actually said this, and I'll shut up after this and let Matt close us out here with some of his thoughts. But he actually said on an interview, he said most businesses are built like this, like it's a pyramid. And so the main person's up here, and then everyone else is underneath. And what happens is if this main person goes away, they just shift and a new person comes up. But in a creator business, it's an upside down pyramid, and everything hinges on the content creator. And if that goes away, the whole thing falls apart. Like Matt, Good Morning Haas, that's nothing. That's nothing without Matt. Without Good Morning Matt, that's what I was about to call you. So it's like that is a problem in this business. We are our own, like whatever you call that. Like we can't, like bottleneck. There
You're
we
the
go.
product. That's
Yeah.
what I was going to say. Yeah, the Deal Billy catalog and the relationship you have with all of your business partners, it only works if you're there. I can't step into that. Unless I get surgery to look like you. I mean, we kind of look similar. But,
Yeah.
Just the hairline.
Just the hairline.
yeah. Got that going for us.
Mine's running away from me. I'm trying to fix it. Oh, man, what a good episode. Thank you all for coming on again, and I look forward to the next one. It'll be super amounts of fun. And follow, if you don't follow, subscribe, like, share, thumbs up, thumbs down. Come debate us if you don't think. I mean, this is what I want to open this up too. If somebody wants to come on the show, if you're like, man, I have a totally different perspective than you, I think this is what this industry really needs, in my opinion, is like we can't just always be yes, yes, yes. But like Chrissy pushed back and challenged me. Like, I love that because it gets me thinking outside of what I'm comfortable with. And we're still friends at the end of the day, and we still are going to swap notes in the background. And also when you do that, it can be, as long as we're all open to it, it can just be eye-opening. And this happened to me on Clubhouse. This is the whole reason I'm in this business at all, is because I was in the podcasting space doing sponsorship deals and had great success in that. And someone's like, dude, if you like that, you should try this. And I pushed back for almost an entire year saying that is stupid. It's unbelievable. There's no way that's true. And I stupidly was telling someone else something I had no clue about. And then I started doing it, and then I realized, like, they're right. And I wasn't. And that was fine. And I've made a lot of money since then. And I appreciate you, Monty Weaver, for doing that. So,
Yeah, echo chambers can
I
be a
love it.
dangerous place. It's always good when we can debate each other.
If you want some fireworks, we'll do editing, no editing. Then we'll get your episode
you know what?
if you want, Billy.
Go ahead, everybody take a pee break. We'll be right back for editing, no editing. Because I'm getting fired up. I'll have to put on a wig for that one. I'll get Trailer Park Billy. You guys will see Trailer Park Billy come out. All right.
Oh, dear Lord.
Great episode. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And once again, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Wait, Matt, tell people where they can find, follow, and support you, and then Chrissy the same.
Oh, I've all of my Amazon stuff. Wizard of Haas. Can find that on the YouTubes. And Awesome Fun Things is where I do my morning show. Good Morning Haas, Monday through Friday, 8:15 a.m. That's also on the YouTubes.
Perfect. And Chrissy, what about you? Where can we find, follow, and support you?
I'd love it if folks came and checked out my product review channel called The Gear Edit on YouTube. The Gear Edit. I would love that.
Sweet. Awesome. You guys heard it here. And we'll see you in the next episode next week. Probably. Maybe. If I schedule it. All right. See you guys.